Yasas Matites. Hello, students. I have put together 6 videos. This is lesson 1 of 6. 6 videos that will help you learn to identify and read the letters of the Greek alphabet. Each video will have 4 letters. We're going to learn them 4 at a time, and we're not going to learn them in order. You never need to learn an alphabet in order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. It's actually kind of a useless thing to do. What we're going to do is we're going to learn the letters that are most commonly used first. And we're going to go that way. So in the final video, we'll learn the letters that are used less than the ones in the first one. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. So that first letter at the top is mi. Mi. That's the name of the letter mi, and it sounds like the M in English. Mi. Mi. And we're only looking at the small letters, at the lowercase letters. Don't worry about the uppercase now. The second letter is alpha. And alpha is where we get words like alphabet. Okay? Alpha vita. So we have mi and alpha, and a. And we can do quite a bit just with these two. For example, we get ma. Ma, that first word up there, there's 2 letters, is kind of like when you say but. So for example, if you want to say, but I don't want it, you could say ma deseo. Or if you say, but I can't, well, I can't is then boró. If you want to say, but I can't, you could say, ma de boró, but I can't. Next we have amma. Amma. Amma is one of the 3 ways of saying if. Amma. Amma. Okay, so now we're just looking at how we can identify and read some of these. For writing, check the posts that I made that have worksheets that'll help you practice them. So we have ma, and then we have amma, and then down here we have mama. Mama is mom. It's not mother, it's mom. Okay, so let's read the 3 of them again. We have ma, amma, and mama. And if you really want to learn your letters, the best thing to do would be to pause right here and to practice writing these letters and the words. If you're going to practice the mi, you're going to draw 1 line, and then you're going to make something like a U right there. Mi. Okay? For the alpha, most people will start by making a circle and then coming back down and making a line. Some people who learn Greek as a second language have an alternate way of writing. They kind of do it as a fish. I don't particularly like this, but it's one thing you can do, and it always reminded me of a fish. So I'm going to put a little smile, an eye, and some bubbles there. Okay, so there we go. We have mi and alpha. Okay, ας προχωρήσουμε. Let's move on. So over here on the side, we have our alpha and our mi. The alpha is red because it's a vowel. It's a phonein. Greek has 7 vowels. And we have our mi, which is a consonant. Now, let's look over here on the left side. We have epsilon. Just like you would say egg. Epsilon. And down here, don't be fooled. It looks like a V, but this is the letter ni. And it sounds like the N. And you might be wondering why it looks the way it does. Well, Greek originally had no lowercase letters. They're actually very new. Everything was written in uppercase letters, And ni used to look like this. Kind of looks like an N, doesn't it? Okay, but over time, and there is a real reason why this change has happened, it came to look like a V. So we now have E, the epsilon sounds like an E, and the ni sounds like an N. Let's look at some words we can make. Here we have na. Na is a very useful word, and basically it means here is or there is. So if mom walks into the room, you can say, oh, nai mama. Here's mom, or there's mom. If your friend Maria walks into the room, you can say, nai Maria. Okay, so that's a very useful one. Next we have enna. Enna. There's your e, and there's the na that we just learned above. Enna. And those of you who are a little older and have learned a lot of words, enna is also connected to uni and uno, a lot of other things that mean one. Okay? So enna is one of the ways of saying one. There are several. Okay, and then let's look at the next part, the next word. Me. Me. There's the mi that we learned a little earlier in this video, and the e. Me. And me has a couple of meanings. It could be with. So if you like to have something with ketchup, you would say me ketchup. If you wanted to have something with alati, salt, you would say me alati. Okay? All right. Now, let's move on. Okay, so at the top, we have our diofonienda, our two vowels so far, alpha and epsilon, and we have diosymphona, two consonants, our mi and our ni. Let's look at what we can do with just these four letters, these tesseragrammata. Now, my advice is pause it here and try and read these words. You don't have to know what they mean yet. Try to read them before I tell you how to read them. Okay, so if you want to pause now, this is a good time. And before I go any further, you'll notice that there is a little mark above the alpha. It only goes over the fonienda, only goes over the vowels. We call this an acute accent. It's called an oxytone. It's called an oxia in Greek, or a tono. It just tells you that that's what the letter that you have to say, the syllable that you have to say a little bit stronger than the others. So here we have mama, manna, mama, manna. And these are both words for mom. Okay, mama, manna. Μετά από αυτό, next, μετά από αυτό, we have me. And we've already said that me is with. We've also said that me has another meaning. Stay tuned, that's coming up. Και μετά από αυτό, after that, we have enna, enna, enna. And then we have, and we know that means one, then we have a three-syllable word, emena, emena, emena. Emena means me. Now, a lot of times, emena is cut to just me, which is what we have up here. Remember I told you it had more than one meaning. So me, doesn't it look like M-E, me? Okay, so emena. Now let's go to the right side. We have ma, ma, which we said is but or however. After that we have amma, amma. Amma means if, and you could also say, if you wanted another way of saying if, you could say ean. Okay, and you could say an. It doesn't matter. Okay, next we have na, which we said here is or there is. For the next one, I had to throw in a new letter. This is a special type of S. It's a sigma. It only comes at the end of the word. We're going to learn it later. And you can kind of see an S there, or maybe a C with a little bit of a tail. Okay, so that makes a S sound. So this is a, na, nas, ananas, which is a pineapple. And the last one you can see has a capital alpha, okay, which means it's probably going to be a name. And this is Anna, Anna, which is Anna. I haven't mentioned it. You can see there's this funny mark above, and I'm not going to talk about it in this video. It'll come up much later. It's not very important right now. But look at all of these words, all of these things that you can say with just 4 letters. Okay, so if you really want to get good at reading and writing Greek, you should write all of these words down in your tetradio, in your notebook. The more you write them, the better you'll get at writing them, and the better you'll get at identifying and reading them. Okay, let's move on. So here are the tessera grammata, the 4 letters that we've learned in this video. And now I'm including the uppercase letters. We have alpha, a, epsilon, e, mi, ni, n. And aren't we lucky that the uppercase letters look exactly the same as the ones that we see in Spanish, in English, in Italian, and in French, and in so many other languages. Okay, and there is a reason for that. For now, though, go back and watch this, practice reading, practice writing, and in the next video, we'll do 4 new letters. Telos.